This is the before and after of a flooded basement. Alright, wait, let me do this in the commercially acceptable way that home improvement shows do these things. I'm gonna rent a bus, I'm gonna get a megaphone, get overly excited, and I'm gonna yell at you about the reveal of this renovation! Ah, shit, it flooded again. It's all over. Psych. I am certainly not a home makeover show. I'm a washed-up engineer who learned all the things that you see here from my father, my grandfather, or from reading. It's not magic. Magic isn't real. Read a book. So for those of you that are just tuning in from some corner of the internet and haven't seen every episode, or perhaps you did watch, but it's fuzzy in the memory since you live a life that's equally as vivid as mine and have hundreds of other things swirling around in your mind besides listening to me ramble or having someone tell you to move that bus. Let's take a quick jaunt down memory lane. This was a clapped-out basement starting its life wetter than a capybara at a Japanese spa, and instead of being disclosed of the water, the previous homeowner was a gypsy because he put gypsum board up to cover his problems. And now they are my problems. But before they abandoned that house, they had a sump pump installed and sucking out the basement, creating a lake in the front yard as well, to the point that it literally cracked the road. And then the town decided to serve papers that the water cannot just go into their septic, which is the most peculiar thing. That's fine, they don't want me putting rubber ducks into their drains, so we made an irrigation system and put a perpetually spinning ball. It's still going to this day. And every now and then, I call the town and ask if they are satisfied with their care that I provided for them. And I only get... But that's fine. I'll knock out a wall, black out a ceiling, run some electrical so I can see better, paint the walls that did survive the Great Flood since we like to be sustainable and not throw out something that's actually still good, fell some wood, mill said wood, sand that wood, and then rub that wood ever so nicely with a finish to make it look warm and inviting, and then use it to address beams, make shelves, throw up some drywall, make a TV that's also using that nicely rubbed wood, lay a tile like a literal ninja, and then use more wood to slat the staircase so that it's open, yet not enough to allow somebody to fall through it. And then, since I'm not able to actually park a bus in the basement and have some awful generic inspirational music going for the reveal, I'm just gonna make music for you to Febreze your underwear to, so... That's enough Febreze. No need to saturate you with my elevator music. So this is what the space looks like now, and I'll crouch down to give it the full effect. Got the camera on a gimbal to be a bit more smooth so you aren't asking yourself, what an incredibly still pan. You must be an excellent sniper. Maybe it is my hands. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. It is smooth though. Yeah, sure is. But some questions are never left answered. Like the Tootsie Roll commercial.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 3.
That wasn't even an answer. That owl just ate it on the small child. What a thing to do. We'll move over onto here, and with the visual and the color, let me tell you, finding the color, that was a journey. Look at this. Look at this. This guy wants me to follow him for my perfect paint color. Lucky for you, sir. I happen to be needing a paint color for the renovation, so I'm going to follow you. We'll follow you for a very, very long time. Usually you're not supposed to follow big trucks like construction vehicles that have the do not follow sign on, but this one wants me to follow him. Today, this guy's going to learn the true value of stalking. So that truck driver did not want to be filmed, but he did state that his favorite color was vanilla. That's a flavor, but it turns out that French vanilla is also a color, so that's what was used. It's warm. It's delicious. It goes with golden oak finished wood, so yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Socks, get away from that. Sniffing the old cowhide, yeah. German Shepherds will be wolves, though. Here's the upcycled watch and sunglass case that was literally found in the side of the road. Ew, what a score. And I just refinished the LEDs and fixed them all. Yes, I could take the Nixon branding off, but to many people's surprise, the person that's going to be staying here actually wants that, so I'll leave it. They too have snowboard, surfing, and skateboard routes. And I'll also keep up the epic pictures of Tuckerman's Ravine I put over there. Yep, yeah, this is courtesy of one of the most fierce mountains on the planet, being it houses some of the worst weather ever recorded. So, yeah, shred that gnar. Another obscure detail, I made this Haida art styled killer whale of ink probably like 15 years ago. My signature still looks terrible, but here it is, you know. He can live here. And the dog continues to sniff everything. Yep. So this is neat. I didn't film this because I made it like years ago, but this is a slab of ambrosia maple. I counted it out. It's like 87 years old. And the fascinating thing about ambrosia is it's not a distinct species of maple tree. It's actually a fungal discoloration that's caused by a wood-boring ambrosia beetle. And sections of it are spalted, which all that means is these are the things that make lumber beautiful. And then ironically throw a balsam fir Yankee candle on top. Here's the LED Wajoom lights on the sides. Here's their controller to turn them on and off. Kind of like the controller that's over here that turns the main beam light on and off. Oh, look at that peak. Ew! And speaking of these LEDs, this is what it looks like in theater mode with the 10 ceiling lights off. It gives an entirely different ambiance, but you're still able to see since there are more Wajoom light beams than there are in a Jedi temple. They're all on dimmer so you can set the mood for your Netflix and chill, as the kids say, or just to see the TV better, because I'm all about the home theater experience. Speaking of home theater experience, there's a 5.1 surround sound system. We've got some speakers up top. We've got the sound bar. The one thing I did not account for was how little wire they would actually give me for the subwoofer, so we had to modify and run some new cabling for that. I didn't know Sony had such Italian pride. This is wonderful. Speaking of my heritage. Back into the wall you go. We had to modify the wires there so that it didn't have to be 2 feet away from the front, which would have looked just plain silly. All the effort was made to keep it very clean. As you can see, there's no trim up top or below. It's just the drywall going right to the rafters, which helps keep the verticality of the space so that it doesn't feel so basement-like. I did that also over here alongside with the slats as well. Once again, the things that just little details that go a long way. Ready to party. So that's the whole kit and caboodle of the basement. Yes, I know, the raccoon update, they seem to be going on a little vacation to another dumpster somewhere else for the time being. I'm sure they'll be back. You know, change of scenery is good. But I really appreciate you all being here, taking the time out of your day to watch this. So thank you. It's appreciated, and I hope that you all have an absolutely lovely day. And I'll catch you next week.